Kevin Costner can't see the resemblance between ex Christine Baumgartner and his new girlfriend. Meeting looks familiar. A year after his messy divorce from Christine Baumgartner, 51, Kevin Costner has been quietly dating 46-year-old Kelly Noonan Gores. And some can't help but notice that the new woman on the 70-year-old's arm looks a lot like the old one. Not to the Yellowstone alum, however. He can't see the resemblance at all, an insider tells Star. Barring the fact that they're both blonde. Kevin and Kelly, a filmmaker and the ex-wife of billionaire Alec Gores, were recently seen at a Labor Day event near Aspen, but the source says the relationship has been going on for a while. The Oscar winner, who split from Christine in February 2024 after 20 years of marriage and 3 kids together. Kevin has 4 other children from prior relationships, has previously been linked to Jewel and Jennifer Lopez. Now, says the insider, he's setting himself up for something long-term with his newest love. That's just what concerns his friends, according to the insider. Kevin's definitely having fun, says the source. But the worry is that he's diving in too soon instead of letting things develop naturally. He's a very passionate, all-or-nothing guy, and that can be a bit much for some women. It doesn't help that this new romance comes right as his ex is on the verge of tying the knot with Kevin's former friend, financier Josh Connor. It's a big red flag, notes the insider. Kevin's saying he deserves to be happy after all the crap he went through these past couple of years. But the last thing he needs is a broken heart. Kevin Costner can't see the resemblance between ex Christine Baumgartner and his new girlfriend. Kevin Costner Horizon 2 lawsuit. I was on my period during alleged rape scene. Costner's lawyer says it's all BS. Costner's attorney, Marty Singer, is firing back, telling us, "This may be a new filing, but it's really just more of the same old nonsense. These claims are not only groundless, they are ridiculous. There are 12 independent witnesses who confirm that Ms. LaBella's claims are fabricated." Kevin Costner has been very clear about why he refused to give in to a transparent shakedown. He is determined to stand up and fight for the truth, and we will continue to do so. The stunt performer suing Kevin Costner over an alleged unscripted rape scene on a movie set. He's adding some new details to her lawsuit. She says she was menstruating and her underwear was exposed when her pantaloons were ripped open. Devyn LaBella is suing Kevin for sexual harassment, discrimination, and retaliation for an alleged incident during Horizon 2 filming. He's trying to get her lawsuit dismissed, claiming the woman is mischaracterizing what went down on set, but now she's firing back. In new legal docs obtained by TMZ, LaBella claims during the alleged unscripted rape scene her pantaloons were ripped open from the waist down to the crotch, making her panties visible at a time when she was on her period. LaBella says she had no issue filming a scripted rape scene the day before, but she says when she came to work the next day, Kevin wanted the cast and crew to work out an unscripted rape scene. She claims she was trapped in the tight confines of a covered wagon as her character was being raped by a character named Burke, who was played by actor Roger Ivans. This time, LaBella claims Kevin ignored the requirement to have an intimacy coordinator present for the scene, and she says she was pinned by Ivans' large, muscular body. She says he put his hand on or near her breast and vaginal areas and stretched his leg and buttocks across her body, sometimes getting on top of her on all fours and mounting her. For his part, Kevin's claimed LaBella's pantaloons and petticoats underneath remained undisturbed during the scene. As we first reported, Kevin filed docs last month to dismiss LaBella's suit, calling her accusations absolutely false and saying he found it deeply disappointing that someone who worked on the production would try to damage his reputation and embarrass him. We've reached out to Kevin Costner's rep for comment. So far, no word back. Kevin Costner resorting to a desperate measure to have Horizon 2 suit tossed, stuntwoman says. Nonsense, Oscar winner's lawyer insists. Increasingly, it seems that Kevin Costner and Horizon 2 stunt performer Devyn LaBella aren't just in dispute over the latter's sexual harassment claims against the Yellowstone alum, but they are also deeply divided over what the other is actually fighting in court about. As a desperate measure, defendants now claim that Ms. LaBella intends to interfere with their free speech rights regarding creative works. A sharp September 5th filing from Saga. After memorand, Barbie, alum LaBella in LA Superior Courts exclaims. The document is in opposition to a move last month by Costner, the production and lawyer, Marty Singer, to have the whole matter tossed out, or at least gutted. By defendants' logic, the anti-SLAPP statute would prohibit any suit based on a film industry worker's objection to the breaking of safety protocols during filming, The 21-page document from attorneys at Hadsell, Stormer, Rennick and Dye and Valley, Kane and Vagnini adds, ahead of a September 18th hearing on the dismissal motion. This would place such workers at the mercy of powerful companies and famous directors, and risk silencing those who try to vindicate their hard-won rights created explicitly to protect them from such harm. This is a perverse use of a law meant to protect public participation in the exercise of free speech. LaBella is seeking a variety of damages as well. She wants a court order that an intimacy coordinator will be on set of Costner's future films and all the defendants, of which Costner is one, to submit to anti-sexual harassment and anti-sexual violence training provided by a reputable organization. Costner has called LaBella's initially May-filed accusations of being the victim of a violent, unscripted, unscheduled rape scene on the still unreleased Western sequel, a bold-faced lie meant to damage my reputation. On the other side, in the filing last week arguing against the dismissal motion of late August, the stuntwoman insists documents and declarations from Costner and others are rife with contradictions regarding the duration of the shot, which of Ms. LaBella's undergarments were visible, what the content of the shot was to be, and how the shot was executed. In LaBella's POV, the big problem with the May 2nd, 2023 scene was the absence of an intimacy or stunt coordinator. LaBella in essence alleges that Costner and company are trying to muddy the waters to bear her in a suit that different from the one she actually filled. The differences in safety protocols are as vast as they are alarming. The plaintiff's opposition filing from last week bluntly states of a May 1st shoot 2 years ago on Horizon 2 and the scene the next day. The May 2nd shot was missing all of Ms. LaBella's contractually required protections, says LaBella, who has received public backing in her case from Horizon Intimacy coordinator Celeste Cheney. This is the basis for the lawsuit, not the content or creative process of filming a sexually violent film. Defendants violated Ms. LaBella's contractual rights and her rights under state discrimination law. Never at a loss for fighting words for his clients, Singer stood his and Costner's ground today. This may be a new filing, but it's really just more of the same old nonsense, the Lavely and Singer founder said in a statement Monday. These claims are not only groundless, they are ridiculous. There are 12 independent witnesses who confirm that Ms. LaBella's claims are fabricated. Kevin Costner has been very clear about why he refused to give in to a transparent shakedown. He is determined to stand up and fight for the truth, and we will continue to do so. This legal action could be where the real drama and future of Costner's partial self-funded Western saga is. After the less than blockbuster result of the first Horizon, there is no release date on the calendar for Horizon 2, and a planned Horizon 3 and Horizon 4 haven't even begun filming. Kevin Costner slams amended sexual harassment lawsuit as same old nonsense. Kevin Costner and his attorney are calling BS on the ongoing rape scene lawsuit. The actor's camp has now given their word on the amended sexual harassment lawsuit from his accuser. The attorney described it as still significantly lacking in any truth to claim he was guilty. Kevin Costner was sued by Devyn LaBella, a stunt performer, for unruly sexual conduct towards her during an unscripted rape scene for their movie, Horizon 2. Kevin Costner's attorney slams the stunt performer's claims as made up. The actor's lawyer, Marty Singer, described LaBella's new filing as the same account of previously unfounded allegations against his client. He added that about 12 independent witnesses are willing to puncture LaBella's accusations and prove they are fabricated. Singer declared that his client is willing to be very transparent about everything that went down on set and will only stand up for the truth at all times. In her new filing, LaBella claimed she was on her period during the alleged unscripted rape scene, noting that her panties and underwear were exposed when his pantaloons were forcefully ripped. Per TMZ, Costner had insisted every part of LaBella's clothing, including her pantaloons and petticoats, was untouched during the scene. Inside Devyn LaBella's amended lawsuit against the actor, the stunt performer continued that while she had no issue with filming the scene days before, Costner decided to be spontaneous by urging the cast and crew to film an unscripted rape scene that very day. She revealed that the scene required her to be raped by a character played by actor Roger Ivans while she was stuck in a covered wagon. She accused Costner of ignoring calls to have an intimacy coordinator at the scene. She recalled struggling under the weight of Ivans, who pinned her down with his large, muscular body and placed his hand near her vaginal and breast area. Ivans reportedly also stretched his limbs across her body and even got on top of her on all fours as he mounted her. Costner called for a dismissal of the stunt performer's lawsuit. As shared by The blast. Costner demanded that LaBella's lawsuit be thrown out due to the false account she gave. He noted that her claims in the filing greatly contrasted with her body language on set after shooting the scene. Costner claimed she even sent a text to a supervisor on set, appreciating them for having such a good time on set. "Thank you for these wonderful weeks. I so appreciate you. I learned so much, and thank you again. I'm really happy it worked out the way it did, too. Have a great rest of the shoot. And yes, talk soon," were the words of LaBella to the supervisor in the text. He explained in his filing that LaBella showed up on set fully dressed for the scene in an ankle-length outfit with shorts underneath to protect her from showing too much. Costner stressed that there was zero nudity, simulated sex, or physical contact between the duo, as she claimed in her lawsuit. The veteran actor is on a new career path, away from the drama of Horizon, which underperformed at the box office, failing to match its budget and earnings. Costner has secured another hit in the making. The Blast noted that the star will be appearing alongside Gyllenhaal for a movie project titled Honeymoon with Harry. The movie, based on Bart Barker's 2016 book Honeymoon with Harry, will have Glenn Ficarra and John Requa behind the director's boot. The movie features Gyllenhaal's character on a honeymoon with his late partner's father after she died a few days before their wedding. Amazon MGM Studios will release Costner's upcoming drama comedy project. Costner's and Gyllenhaal's new movie will reportedly begin filming by 2026 in several locations across Australia. Kevin Costner finds love with a billionaire's former wife. The 70-year-old sent reporters into a frenzy after he attended the JAS Labor Day Experience Festival near Aspen with rumored partner Kelly Noonan Gores, although they arrived separately at the event. The duo, rumored to be casually dating, found love after getting involved in tumultuous marriages. She is described as Costner's type to the letter due to some endearing qualities she possesses. They have a lot in common: the outdoors, sports, she likes to surf, long walks with dogs. Also, she has young kids, and he loves kids, so he thinks that's cute. He says she is just chill, which is what he needs right now, a source noted. As of right now, the couple is reportedly taking each day as it comes, no thanks to the long-distance nature of their romance. While Costner resides in Carpinteria, California, his rumored lover stays 100 miles away in Manhattan Beach. The duo also has a great friendship on the horizon, should a romantic relationship fail to work out due to the nature of their meeting, which happened through a mutual friend. Kevin Costner's forgotten pre-Yellowstone sports drama is leaving Netflix soon. Kevin Costner will always be known for playing John Dutton in Yellowstone, but nearly 20 years before he ever suited up in Taylor Sheridan's hit Western series, he starred in a sports drama that just got a disappointing streaming update. Costner stars alongside John C. Reilly, Step Brothers, and Brian Cox. Succession in For Love of the Game, the 1999 baseball movie following Detroit Tigers pitcher Billy Chappell. Costner, who has to decide how much he's willing to risk for the sport he loves. For Love of the Game is currently streaming on Netflix, but the streamer has announced that the last day to watch the film will be on July 31st. It earned scores of 47% from critics and 75% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes, and it grossed only $46 million at the box office against an $80 million budget, making it a major flop. Veteran director Sam Raimi stepped behind the camera to direct For Love of the Game, and although it came only 3 years before his Spider-Man debut, he did helm one film between them. 1 year after For Love of the Game, Raimi directed The Gift, the R-rated supernatural horror film starring Kate Blanchett, and Keanu Reeves, that's currently streaming for free on Pluto TV. Raimi then spent the next 5 years working with Tobey Maguire on the Spider-Man franchise before the series moved in a different direction when Maguire was replaced with Andrew Garfield and Mark Webb took over as director. Raimi returned to Marvel 15 years after Spider-Man 3 to direct Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the 2022 Marvel tentpole starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen. What's going on with Kevin Costner's Horizon movies? Last year, Kevin Costner starred in and directed Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1, the first part of his sweeping Western epic film series that's so important to him. It warranted an early departure from Yellowstone. The first film debuted in theaters last year, and it performed so poorly at the box office that its sequel, which had already been filmed and set for release later in the year, was pulled from the schedule. It remains unclear when Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 2 will be released, or if it will secure global distribution at all. Make sure to watch for Love of the Game before it leaves. Netflix. On July 31st, stay tuned to Collider for more streaming updates and coverage of Costner's future projects.